Today we're getting into 4 whiskey cocktails. That's 4. I said 4 because Maria said I had a choice between 3 and 4 cocktails, but I'm gonna make him do extra work if he's gonna make me do extra work. So we're doing 4 whiskey cocktails, all of them shaken, all of them amazing, all of them will, well, I don't need to change your mind on whiskey. Everybody loves whiskey, but if you don't love whiskey, you're gonna love it now. I gotta say, I think that this is my most proud moment. Like, I actually finally have a copy of the book that I wrote. It took me a year and a half to write this book. I'm very proud of it. So I would just implore everyone to go buy a book. The more books you buy, the better it is for me, and then I can make another book for you guys. I'm already thinking about new books, but I'm just super proud of this, and I just hope that you guys really enjoy it. So go out, there is a Genius link below this video, and buy this book. I think you guys will really like it. I worked really hard on it, and I love you guys, and you love me, and I love you, and you love me. It's a love fest over here, so pick up my book. I thought long and hard about this cocktail today because it is called the Oriental cocktail, and that is, you know, a little offensive. I mean, like, you know, and I thought that maybe in these politically charged times that might not be the best thing to do. But then I thought, you know, this is a cocktail from 1924. The story around it is that a guy was at a doctor in the Philippines with just desperately ill with fever, and this doctor cured him and saved his life. And so to thank the doctor, he gifted him this recipe that became the Oriental cocktail. All right, also, this is a cocktail that has vermouth in it, and every time we see vermouth, we think of stirred cocktails. There's only half an ounce of lime juice in it, but it is shake and drink, and we're gonna be making it the way that it's, you know, the way that it was technically made, okay? So first thing we're gonna do here, I have enough lime juice left over, thankfully, to just have our little half ounce of lime juice. So here we go, half an ounce of lime juice. We're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of triple sec, or, you know, we're using the Combier. I'm gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of Cochi Americano sweet vermouth. And then 1.5 ounces of rye. We're using this Still Austin straight rye because it is darn good. It is darn tootin' good. It's gonna go well in here. If you omit the lime juice, you have a Manhattan variation. What's crazy about this cocktail is that there isn't enough lime juice to create that foamy texture that we like to get with shaken drinks. So it's gonna be interesting. This is, I almost feel like this is like shaking a martini almost. Or like a shaken Manhattan. It's like crazy, it's kind of crazy. I don't know, I feel a little kooky doing it. And it gets no garnish. Well, it did get quite frothy, actually. So, okay, let's give it a taste. Way more balanced than I thought it was going to be, honestly. If maybe even a little overly sweet. I mean, you've got the lime juice bringing in that tartness, and it's tamping down on the sugar from the Combier. The Combier combined with the sweet vermouth is a really nice combination. You kind of know that though, because there are some drinks like the Blood and Sand that combines orange juice, so like orange flavor with sweet vermouth, and it does go very well, not to mention the fact that a lot of people like to do a flamed orange peel and orange peel on their Manhattan. So, you know, this is kind of like he's bringing in that orange flavor. It's very vibrant, and then you got the botanicals and a little bit of that kind of savoriness of the sweet vermouth. You got the Rye Whiskey bringing in some body and a little bit of spice. And then you've got the lime juice that's bringing in that tartness and a little bit of balance to all of it. It is really like a wonderful cocktail and much better than I thought it was gonna be. Honestly, I thought that this cocktail was kind of gonna suck. It doesn't suck. I don't know if that's such a glowing thing, but it's actually pretty good. I would drink this again. So there it is, guys, the Oriental. Today we're doing a cocktail called a Panacea. It's from Ryan Chethiwardana, who's behind the whole Mr. Lion series of bars. Chethiwardana is really difficult to say, and so his alter ego is Mr. Lion, and he had lots of different bars all over the world called like White Lion, L-Y-A-N, yeah, L-Y-A-N, or Dandelion. He did like this whole thing. A lot of it's sustainable cocktails. Today we're gonna be using that blueberry lavender shrub that Marius was like, Last week when I made it, he was like, let's throw it out. We're never gonna use it again. Well, we're using it again. And then this recipe just calls for ½ ounce of shrub. So I guess it's really any shrub that you want to make will do in this video. The other thing that I'd like to point out is that it is the most common spec for a sour. So lately, like if you want a winning cocktail on Instagram, the 1 citrus, half 2 ratio is the most common ratio. So you go like 1 citrus, half either liqueur or shrub or something, half simple syrup. So something with lower sugar content and then sugar, right? To balance that out. And then 2 ounces of your main spirit and you've got that very like popular riff. It's something that you will make a banger every single time, no matter what the spirit is, no matter what the sugar content is, no matter what the liqueur or shrub is, and no matter what the citrus is. It will be a banger every single time. I will challenge anyone watching this video not to look at, like once you start, you'll go to any other creator's page on Instagram or just throughout the internet and look at like a lot of their sour recipes and you will notice this 1.5, 2 ratio everywhere. So first things first, ½ ounce of simple syrup. ½ ounce of our blueberry lavender shrub. I like defied the gods of mise en place today. And I'm just not doing this in the proper order at all, but that's all right. 1 ounce lemon juice, 2 ounces blended Scotch. Give it a shake. This is gonna be a pretty cocktail, I'll tell you that. Oh, man, I think this thing lost power or something. Everything got wet in here and then froze together because, god damn. But it's gonna be nice. Let's pick our glassware here. Oh my god, it's like a very solid piece of ice. The Panacea. Let's taste it. Oh yeah, nice and tart. The lemon and the apple cider vinegar collide together with the blueberry to give it the savoriness and blueberryness that's really very pleasing. The blended Scotch gives it barrel notes, gives it a really nice backbone. It's nice and tart, but it's sweet enough to sort of carry that tartness, but you really get a lot of the acid from the vinegar and the lemon. It is fantastically good. Just look at that foam, dude. Like you never will find foam better than that, dude. Like, I don't care what other people say. Egg white alternatives just do not create foam this awesome. And this stable too. So there it is, the Panacea. So today I thought it would be kind of fun to try out this new product. This is not a sponsored post, but this company gave me this like a while ago. It's called Faba Foamer. And basically it's like Aquafaba powder that you can mix into water, make Aquafaba, and then use in your cocktails. I've had it for a while, and actually this thing does have a Best By date, which is for 2026, okay? And they actually put the Best By date sticker right over the like method for making this, like the ratio.
What is it made of?
Ingredients: non-GMO dried chickpea broth. So it's Aquafaba. The question is, did they freeze dry it or did they dehydrate it? Because freeze drying liquids like that, where it's mostly liquids into a powder, is very difficult to do. So 1 tablespoon. So you do 1 tablespoon for every cup of water. We'll make Aquafaba. It's supposed to last 2 weeks in the fridge. So we're gonna try this out. Oh, some of my, sticker. Gross. Yeah, I don't know. I love getting stuff like this in the mail because it is fun to do. Okay, well, this is a teaspoon. I don't have a tablespoon, but we can do 3 teaspoons per tablespoon. So see if this stuff works. If this works, kind of a game changer. I think that would be kind of a nice thing to have for those people who do not want to put egg whites in their cocktails or constantly have to buy chickpeas for the Aquafaba, and you can keep it on your shelf. Thing is that we've had it for a while. Like I haven't like made this video. I've been like meaning to sort of make this video and keep it around and test it out, but I haven't really made it. I mean, it's been sitting around for probably 6 months or something.
Right. But
And it hardened into like, I had to take a hammer to break it all up.
yeah, so we're testing the best buy date.
The longevity, yeah, we're testing the longevity. But we're well before the Best Buy date.
I know, yeah. So, but even then, they say it's Best Buy doesn't.
I mean, it's getting Aquafaba-y, but look at all this.
Can't use it after.
It's still very much like I crush up all of these little bits. I wonder if it's even possible to like get them all. Like, how long is it going to take for this to
just melt? Yeah.
To just like melt? Yeah, dissolve. Will it dissolve? I mean, if I crush them, they pretty much dissolve, but much better if you don't let it sit around. It looks like it's working though, and that looks like Aquafaba.
Yeah.
It smells like Aquafaba. Actually smells a bit brothy. I mean, they do call it chickpea broth. I don't know what else you would call it for chickpea water, but it does smell sort of like chicken bouillon in the, you know, kind of. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like those packets you get in ramen noodles in like the instant ramens. It tastes like the powder packet in instant ramen.
It smells like the ramen taste.
Like the powder packet, yeah. It's like it smells like instant ramen is what it smells like. I wonder if that will then transfer to our cocktail. I'm making a very clean, well, it's blended Scotch, so it's not super clean. It would be a lot cleaner if it was like vodka or gin, so that we could test whether or not you taste this. Because the thing about Aquafaba is that it lends kind of a nutty taste to cocktails, and so therefore Aquafaba doesn't really work in every single cocktail, you know? It only works in
I think it's just strain it out, I guess.
Some cocktails? I don't know, I was trying to get the full effect of exactly 1 tablespoon, but this is gonna be missing. I don't even know if we need to strain it. We could probably just make the cocktail and then strain it. We're gonna double strain the cocktail anyway, so why bother straining it? Yeah, I think this would be better if you use it before it solidifies, or just crush it up. You put it in a spice grinder or something. That's what we should have done. We should have put it in a spice grinder, just break up all of those big clumps or whatever, and just use the powder. Okay, we're gonna do a cocktail called a Morning Glory Fizz. I think that the best way to test something like this is to test it in something that needs a lot of foam. So a fizz is a really good way to do that, I would think. Cool, so Morning Glory Fizz. Very simple drink. Those of you that don't like to put a ton of effort into your cocktails are gonna love this. There we go. Hey, remind me that these knives need a little sharpening action. That felt like almost no juice came out of it. All right, so we're doing 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, 2 ounces blended Scotch. And we're gonna go 3/4 of an ounce of the Aquafaba powder.
Just now, just Aquafaba?
The Aquafaba. I guess the Aquafaba, not powder, it's the Aquafaba. I mean, honestly, I was thinking about just putting a teaspoon or whatever like into the actual cocktail and shaking it, but I don't think that would work that well. All right, we're gonna do an emulsifying shake first. And see if this was a completely failed experiment. The thing about these cocktails, about fizzes, is that they don't actually have ice content in the glass. So you need to have everything be very cold so that it's not just completely terrible. I mean, it foamed, but God damn it. I just made a big ass mess of all that. Nothing better than making a huge mess in the freaking ice fridge. All I just wanted was a big rock of ice and a cheater cube. Although what I got was kind of a small rock of ice and too big a cheater cube. So I'm just gonna use all of that. All right, here we go. Oh my God. Okay, so next we're gonna do a little absinthe spritz. I like putting in this atomizer and really getting all of the whole interior of the glass just evenly coated. And then we're gonna pour in our Morning Glory Fizz. Now, this is not gonna be one of those Ramos Gin Fizz style fizzes where you're gonna be able to build the foam up. It's just not gonna do that for sure. I know that for a fact, but we'll see how good this goes. Then we're just gonna add in our soda water. You wanna make sure that you do this in a lower volume highball glass, about 9 ounces, so that you don't overdo the dilution, because when you're adding soda to something, you're really diluting it. So you wanna make sure you don't overdo it or it's gonna be too watery. And then we're just gonna do a little spritz. I mean, it's gotten pretty impressive foam, Marius, what do you think?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it is foamy.
Super foamy, right? It is, I agree. How does it taste though? Oh, good. Yeah, it's not overly aquafaba-y. Definitely has that nutty flavor, but it goes really well with the lemon. Then you get that blended Scotch. It's not overdone on the dilution, so you just want to make sure that you follow my advice and do it in a lower volume glass and you're good. So there it is. Good morning, Glory Fizz. Today we're doing a cocktail called the Clara Bow, created by New York City bartender and bar owner Lynette Marrero, who is just killing it in the cocktail world. Not only is she a bar owner, consultant, or whatever, but then she also developed a whole thing of spritzes and like low ABV cocktail bottled things with J-Lo. Pretty cool. The cocktail was inspired by the original it girl of the silent film era, an actress named Clara Bow. So Clara Bow was a silent film star of the 1920s, known for her roles playing flappers, and then also, I guess, her contribution to flapper culture, whatever that is. And then wearing, I guess, what would be considered at that time revealing clothing. She was a big influence on women's fashion of the day. She starred in a movie titled It in 1927, which was a smash hit, the late 1920s version of a blockbuster. Not to be confused, Marius wants to point out, of the Stephen King novel and movie of the same name. And after that, she coined the popular term it girl, which means the most popular girl, which has use to this day. Like if you ever hear of like, so-and-so was the it girl of the Sundance Film Festival, that's where it comes from. Taylor Swift, it bears mentioning that Taylor Swift also has a song named after her on the Tortured Poets Department. Is that what it's called? The Tortured Poets Department?
All right.
Is it called the Tortured Poets Department? Is that really what? I have to look this up. I'm not a big Swiftie, so.
I mean, you talk about her a lot, though. I mean,
my son, loves Taylor Swift, dude.
Did she coin the term it girl, or it was coined based on
the Tortured Poets Department? Yeah. Wow, that's really, really, really dramatic name. Wait, what did you say?
You said she coined it.
Yeah, from what I know, not from what I know, that's not true. From the research that I did, it has been said that she coined the term it girl.
She was like, I am the it girl.
Possibly. I mean, that is like from the sources that I read, and mostly those sources are Wikipedia and old articles. The reference that I have come upon on the internet is she coined the term it girl. Does that mean she's like, I am the it girl? Or was it that people were like, she's the it girl?
Yeah.
I think it's probably more the latter, but I wrote that because that's what I read, and I didn't find anything to refute that either. But it comes from her, Clara Bow, the original it girl.
I was gonna say maybe she repeated it on some late night show, but there was no late night shows in the 20s, so yeah.
There was no late night show, yes. When was the first late night show, Marius? Do you know? Do you remember? Were you even alive? You weren't alive.
No.
When was the first late night show? What was...
I mean, it was in the 50s or something, wasn't it?
Really? Was Johnny Carson the first big one though? Or was it or was Johnny Carson just around, when did Johnny Carson's show start? While you do that, I'm gonna go get simple syrup out of the fridge.
The Steve Allen's Tonight Show premiered 27th of September, 1954.
Okay, so 1950s, yeah. That makes sense. Even the Johnny Carson show, that era of the Tonight Show, seemed very mid-century in its style. Even through the 70s. It seemed yes, this is an invention of the 1950s.
Yeah, and his was 62, so.
His was 62, right. We're gonna do 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, 1/2 an ounce grenadine, 1/2 an ounce Saint-Germain, 1.5 ounces bourbon. We're using the 100 proof variety. Don't tell Marius I did this, but supposed to put in mint leaves, and really should have done that first. Luckily they're clean. 8 to 10 mint leaves. And let's leave 1 for garnish. Ooh, this is the one right here. Look at that. It's a beautiful leaf. Little light press. Hank's finally had mint. It's like you would think that if you went into a store, a health food store, you could 100% get mint at all times, but that's not true at Hank's Organic. For some odd reason, every 5th time they have mint. Luckily today, we were able to get it. Don't be shy with the ice, people. Shake. I knew this was going to be a little bit high volume for this glass. It's all right, though. Honestly, I would have put it in a Nick and Nora if I had one chilled. There. My spidey sense is telling me this is going to be an effing banger, but, you know. It's just like, think about it. Grenadine, elderflower, bourbon. It just sounds amazing. Oh, my God. So good. Nice and tart. Still balanced. You got the elderflower and the lemon. Grenadine bringing it into this savory kind of vibe. I think that grenadine has a lot of the same kind of characteristics as honey in that it is like sweet and savory at the same time, or like a savory style sweetness. And then you get the bourbon barrel notes playing really well into that grenadine, and then also into that elderflower, and you get the mint. The mint is nice on the nose, but then you also get the mint right on the front of the cocktail. There it is, guys, the Clara Bow. Today's Educated Barfly video is sponsored by The Educated Barfly. I don't know if you guys know this, some of you do, some of you don't, but we've got lots of really good products in our store, and we are constantly adding to those products. One of our very new additions, freeze-dried garnishes. So whereas a dehydrated garnish gives you sort of like a more tea-like caramelized scent, the freeze-dried version of that is a little bit brighter, and then all the sugars when you freeze dry it come to the surface, and so you get a very bright, fresh orange flavor. These guys have been a real big hit since we put them in the store. We get lots of orders for them. We also have a little bit of glassware. We have our now kind of iconic Nick and Nora style glass that we did in a regular and honeycomb pattern. This is a 6-ounce glass, kind of Nick and Nora style. And we have a brand new, more coupe style glass. It's 7 ounces. We also have the honeycomb pattern in this as well. So if you're a fan of the channel and you want to help us out, this is a very good way to help the channel and then also get something out of it. A lot of this is the glassware that you see in our videos, and so you'll be able to recreate the same cocktails that we make in the studio at home with the best possible recipes, the best possible instructions, and now the best possible glassware and garnishes.